that boundary line could bring some snow in the west. But the question mark is how far that boundary gets in. It looks like the cold air will by and large win out. And certainly on Sunday, the cold air brought the snow showers across Kent and parts of East Anglia. It's these areas right until midday on Monday. The Met Office amber weather warning remains in place.
Storm Darcy brings snow to many. This is the scene in Essex this morning.
And there's more snow on the way today. The Met Office has 2 amber weather warnings out, one for the South East and East Anglia, another for the North Midlands, Lincolnshire and parts of Yorkshire. It's going to be bitterly cold wherever you are, and some of that snow will be blowing. I'll have all the details later in the programme.
Also the main site at the stadium in Colchester, the sports centre in Ipswich and the main COVID vaccination centre in Bury St Edmunds as well. Now, people who have appointments, those will be cancelled, and they're being advised to call 119 to try and rebook those. The other centres, smaller centres, may well still be open, but people are being told that if they've got concerns about being able to get there and back safely, don't take risks, call 119, cancel and rebook it for another time. In terms of the weather itself, there is an amber weather warning in place for Norfolk, Suffolk, Essex, Kent and Medway, and that's in place until lunchtime today.
In that picture, somebody actually on the skis in Kent yesterday.
Amazing. Look at the inside pages. So it was pretty chilly at the weekend, wasn't it? Look at lots of people out enjoying the snow and the cold. This is really something else. You might not be able to recognise him, but there he is, Joe Wicks, lying in an ice bath.
Oh, is that a homemade one, is it?
Yeah, it is a homemade ice bath. Submerged himself in 1.3 degrees Celsius water. Unbelievable. He said, I've never felt more alive in my life. Absolutely mad. Or brilliant. I'm just trying. I have been swimming recently.
Did you go in the
I went in, it was
Canal?
4.2.
After work on last Wednesday, right, I was saying, where are you going, Louise? I'm going off home for a sleep. Louise says, I'm just off for a swim in the Manchester Ship Canal, as you would normally do after work.
Do you know what? It was absolutely brilliant. And obviously somebody was guarding me, etc., and all the rest of it.
They're all very
careful. In a
careful.
safe way.
And the Met Office has 2 amber weather warnings in force for that snow. One in the South East and East Anglia, another the North Midlands, South Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. So further heavy snowfall to come today, blowing on a gusty wind, and it's going to feel bitterly cold. I'll have all the details later in the programme.
So we've seen a bit of snow in Clacton-on-Sea, and this is something Carol's taken a very close look at, not just today, but over the next few days, Carol, because there is a bit of it about, isn't there?
Certainly is, and there's more to come. Good morning, everybody. Dan is quite right.
He brings snow to many. This is the scene in Essex for us this morning.
Good morning. There's further snow showers in the forecast today and some heavy snow, which the Met Office has 2 amber weather warnings out for. I'll tell you about that and how cold it's going to be later in the programme.
And we know there's lots of different things going on with weather. It's very, very cold. Bitter, I think Carol would probably describe it as. And she's here with it. Good morning.
Good morning. That's right, Lou. Bitter certainly covers it, not just for today and this morning, but as we go through this week as well. We're going to see further snow showers and once again a return to some overnight frosts. Now, these are the kind of snow depths that we currently have. It's not fresh snow necessarily. Some of this is falling on top of snow that's already lying, but you can see in Aberdeenshire 26 centimetres, in Manston in Kent 15 centimetres. And this morning, because it's such a cold start, there is the risk of ice on untreated surfaces. The other thing is the Met Office has 2 amber weather warnings out. That means an increased likelihood of impacts due to the severe weather. So disruption is likely, both travel, transport. You could find that you've got power cuts, for example, and in some places you could also find that communities can be cut off because of the amount of snow. So overnight we've seen a lot of showers coming in. If you're disappointed you didn't see any snow, it could be that very reason. There's showers, not everyone sees them, but we have seen quite a lot coming in across East Anglia and Kent, where we've got 1 of those amber weather warnings. And today we expect them to form lines, and this is where we're likely to see the heaviest snow. So parts of eastern Scotland, parts parts of northern England, parts of the Midlands, where we could see up to another 10 centimetres, but locally we could have as much as 15 centimetres. Now, we've got gusty winds, so some of those showers are blowing over towards the west. The strongest gusts of wind round the coasts of East Anglia and Kent. And these are the temperatures you're likely to see on your thermometer. Add on that wind chill. Oh, it's going to feel cold. Look at this, -4 in Aberdeen, -7 in Norwich, but it's going to be colder still as we go through the next day or so. So tonight we continue with these snow showers. One line we're particularly watching are those that slip south from the northeast of Scotland down towards the central belt. Again, there's the potential for some significant snow here. And it's going to be a cold night. As you can see, -1, -2, -3. So there's the risk of ice once again. Now, as we head through tomorrow, we still have this risk of some significant snow across the central lowlands. There'll be some snow showers coming in as well across England and Wales. The wind not as strong across the southeastern corner, but it will be stronger across the English Channel, the Channel Islands and the southwest. And here we've got a weather front just waving in, potentially bringing some rain, but potentially it could bring some snow. Now, these are the temperatures, or this is how it will feel like when you add on the strength of the wind. So -4, -5, brrr, sums it up quite nicely. Wednesday, look at the spacing in the isobars that open out a little bit, so it's not going to be as windy, so any snow that falls won't be blowing as far west, but what you will find is you might see more of it as a result where you are. -14, I told you it's going to get colder. First thing in the morning across parts of Scotland, that could well be the temperature, especially on higher ground and where we've got lying snow already. If that happens, it will be the coldest start to the day of this winter so far. Dan and Lou.
I just keep looking at that map and it's just all, I've not seen it all blue like that for a long time. Well, I can't remember, Carol, you will do. But yeah, it's going to be cold. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pleasure.